Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Lei Taka, also known as Crest, and I'm going to do a rummage sale finds video haul thing. And the theme for the week seems to have been birds. So this is from last Monday the 22nd through Saturday. I didn't get to film today because the good laptop was at work through this afternoon. So um, I started last Monday at St. Vinny's and I got some things that are down in the box that are harder to go through, so they'll be at the end of the video. But when we went to the St. Vinny's in Ishburn on Wednesday, because I had to go up to my old work and drop off some paperwork because they're closing the 403B retirement fund, so I got to go choose to draw my money out or not. We went to the St. Vinny's up there and I spent a whole $8.06, and I know I got some good things because as I was shopping, a guy came up to me and goes, "Are you restocking shelves or are those your finds?" And I said, "Those are your finds." He goes, "They're doing good." So I know I did good. So the first thing I found is Mr. Ben Franklin here. He is technically a bank. I paid 50 cents for him, and I'm going to keep him. He's really dirty and has some paint wear, so he's isn't mint, but I've always liked Ben Franklin. I love the fact they put the key on for the electricity. Then you actually have his almanac here. So I'm only like partially through cleaning him up. I mean, you can still see there's dirt in his hair and that, but I got his face pretty clean, and you can actually see his eyes now. Um, but if you want to use them as a bank, right now all you can use is dimes because they didn't cut the hole all the way. So you'd have to actually cut the hole open more to use them as a bank. But I'm going to keep this one because it's not in the best condition for resale, but I always love this guy in history class. So the next thing I found on the shelf was this chalkware piece. Now, I grabbed it because of the dog. They actually did a better job on the dog's eyes than the human's eyes. I'm going to tell you that. Fair warning. This is a bit creepy because whoever beautifully painted this freaked out when they got to the eyes and do not know how to draw pupils because he's just got a blank stare. So literally when I list this, it's going to be called Creepy Chalkware Hunter with Dog. But they actually did a really nice job on the gun and the outfit in general. I did look this up. They're selling anywhere from $8 to $18. There's even one selling for 12 that's a blank that you can paint yourself. There's one on there that's closer to the 18-20 range where obviously a real artist, not just someone having fun, did it because they even made him have a plaid shirt. But for 50 whole cents, I couldn't resist. I'll probably list him closer to 8 to 10 because of the creepy eyes thing. If he doesn't sell, I'll keep him, but then I will fix his eyes. Because this is why I discovered doing those animal things behind me, is when you're drawing and you're painting him up, if you don't put the pupils in right away, you feel like you're being stared at by zombies if it's not part of the character design. Like, if I did Jack Skellington, he doesn't have eyes in his eye sockets. It's meant to be blank. But other characters, it's really weird when they don't have pupils. So he kind of looks a little creepy and that's the only thing that's actually making him creepy. I mean, the lips could have done a little better job, but it's because they didn't give him pupils. But yeah, I'll probably list it like $8 to $10, plus shipping, because I'll need a few wraps. And then for the bird item is really a dog item from this store, because I was having a hunting theme at that St. Vinny's. So this is another, I think it's chalkware. It feels about that weight. And the only place that's having any wear, it's not even a chip, it's just the paint wore off on his ear slightly, is this black lab holding a duck from catching it after the hunter shot it. And apparently they wanted the dog to have really red, creepy eyes. And I think that was painted that way because this is said made in Taiwan. The base is a little roughed up, but the figure itself, the only wears on there. I haven't been able to find a comparable to it online. I'll probably list it, between 8 to 12, somewhere around $10, and then shipping. He's really heavy, so Just thinking, nope, doesn't feel like that. Nope, it just they shorted him a tail a little bit. But for 75 cents, I thought he was cute. And then I found this for $1, which when you look it up, it's a butter dish with a little rest for the knife. And there's a little insert, little glass insert. And this is actually marked Earthenware. And when I looked it up, they can sell for almost $50 brand new in the box. My problem is I did not notice this because this actually has this lovely design that reflects the design of this. So it looked pretty good in here, but this is not the original knife. I only paid $1 for it. If nothing else, it's worth $1 if I just put it out for my Christmas buffet every year. I can't leave butter out in a dish like this with my dog and other times of the year. He already got 2 sticks of butter in the first 2 months we owned him, so we hide our butter in the cupboards now. But this definitely isn't March Irvingware. When I looked up others, the knife was longer and very much plain. It was a very plain knife. So I actually like this knife better, and it does fit in the slot just fine. So originally I was going to sell it, but knowing it's a mismatched knife, I'll just keep it for me. Then I found this, which is for the 75th anniversary of Planters, which happens to be the year of my birth, 1981. Paid a whole 50 cents for this. It's a glass container, has the planter Peanuts, Mr. Peanut on it. On that way, he's even on the bottom, and he's on the top, which other years they didn't get all that. Sometimes you'd find him on the bottom and top, and it would be like a wheat pattern or something on the side. So I like this one if it doesn't sell. There's quite a few on Etsy and eBay right now of planters jars. I might like just put it up for like $5 plus shipping. But if nothing else, if I get stuck with it, I will put peanuts in it. So as you may know from watching my videos, I like advertising stuff, and so I would not be sad to keep it, but it was a cool find for 50 cents. Now, I also found some beads in that, but I will go through those later. And some littler toys. Those will be for the end. One of my rummage sale finds, my dad actually pointed out to me, was this canvas. And it's in a little bit of rough shape. I can't, one, it's not big enough to do one of those. It's just slightly smaller. But there's some staining on it. So it'll have to be for one of those art projects I want to do that's completely covering the canvas. So we'll see what I turn this into. But for $1, it doesn't go in a dump. So, and I'll reuse it somehow. Yesterday, I stopped at a few rummage sales before work. Well, this guy's cute. The only wear on him is a little tiny spot on his tail. And it's not a chip, it's just a little wear. It wore off where the glaze didn't coat quite as well. Is this little chicken or hen, hand-painted Mexican piece. It's actually from the Tanala factory, and I cannot read the artist signature. These are listed online between 10 and 20. I will try to sell him. I was really sad though. They had a different bird altogether there, and what he was facing like this to me, and he was white but had a whole bunch of color on him. He looked like he had a rainbow on him. And I pick him up and turn him around, and his beak's like gone. I was like, and they still had $1 price tag on him. I was like, dude, you destroyed his beak. That's kind of like one of the main features. But I figured for $1 for this one, he was in pretty good shape, only a little bit of fading on the tail. You know, I'll probably list him between 10 and 15. Because I am trying to like sell vintage items on my Trash Couture Treasures Etsy store now. Then I stopped after work last week, I think Friday, Thursday or Friday, at the Pack Rats resale, and I found these Ned Smith Bird drinking. I think they're meant for like whiskeys and that kind of drink. And they're so unusual. They're 4 different birds, and they're gold rim. Some of the rim is coming off, so I won't charge what some people are charging, like $15, $20 a glass. I'll probably just charge like $10 a glass and include shipping in that, just because of the wear on the gold. But I love this design in that this is not like a coaster that's stuck to it. It is part of the glasswork in this smoky gray color, and it helps balance out your drink so that if you sit it down and you're a little tipsy, it's not going to tip on you. So we have a Sora bird, which is a real bird, a Wilson snipe. As I said, I was having a bird theme for the week. A woodcock. And the images themselves are still perfect. In fact, I even looked up the word Sora to make sure it hadn't like scraped off a letter. And a mourning dove. So yeah, the only thing wrong with these is obviously someone did drink out of them and wore off the gold a little bit. And then when we were up in Ishmael, we went to the Thrift, which is the other thrift store up there. I got some beads that I'll show you later. And I got this print of some Canadian geese, and it's called Geese in Spring. I have to clean up that a little. And it's by Dan Lai Lager. And it's signed. And prints this size are going anywhere from completely unframed, unsigned, like $10 to $80, depending on which print it is. So I may try to sell that. Worst case scenario ends up with my other prints hanging in my office hall. Because that's what happens if I don't end up selling them. They just go to my office and decorate the office. But I think that's the end of the birds I found this week. Then I went to an estate sale yesterday, and this was the only thing I picked up for $3, and it's actually a bit taller than the ones I normally grab. I think this is more like 16, 17 inches, and yep, her wings are coming off, but that's fine because I'll need them to come off to craft with her. And craft with her, you say? What are you going to make with her? Well, I can't dig mine out right now. It's buried in the Christmas stuff, but we'll see if I can get the image to show on here at all. So I'll just turn it into, if you ever watch Doctor Who, the modern version, a weeping angel tree topper, which means her wings herself are going to get painted, but most of this is going to come off all stripped. I may get lucky with this one and not have to rebuild the dress too much. I might be able to spray paint that, but so for $3, I probably will turn around and make. Usually I price them at about $37 on Etsy plus shipping, but now with the whole Etsy forcing free shipping with 35 and over, I'll have to like charge like 52 to 55 just to cover my shipping, because otherwise I'd lose too much. But that's like the one item I'm changing the price on in my store due to that. And then I got some other littler things. This was a whole dime, so I couldn't crack too much when the person checking me out accidentally punched a hole in it. It's still got the plastic on, and it's just simply a frame for a crewel piece for a stitchery piece. And I'll probably save this till I find like a jiffy kit and sell them as a lot together. That way someone can do the needlework and then frame it. So, and Rita picked this up for free for me while I was at work, and they were still rummaging. And the only thing wrong with it is it looks like someone took out one little dividing segment. So you can always use that in the craft room, and you'll see why with the beads I got. Okay, and let's see. I picked this up with the rest of in the $8.06 at St. Vinny's in Ishburn. Just a shot glass. It says Sidewinder on it. It has this really funny image of a cowboy being like scared by a rattlesnake, or a sidewinder snake rather. So that'll probably go in my shot glass collection. I think they were drinking a pink drink out of it, because I don't think this would have originally had a pink tone to it. I just noticed there's a like pink hue to it, so I think they were using it for a particular shot. And the one mug I got, which I got at Thriftish for a whole 29 cents according to the label on here, is this very cute Delaware mug. And I got it because I really loved the blue hen chicken image Again, I told you it was Bird Week. I found a lot of bird stuff. And it also has the peach blossom on there for Delaware, so I thought that would be good. That's one of the things I do sell more than one of in the shop is mugs, because one of my crafted items is coasters, so I felt like they went together. And I also got this at the St. Vinny's in Ishpeming for $1. I did not see a female bear around there, but this is apparently an Avon piece from the 90s, and he's about to take a girl panda on a date with him. So she's got a little pink bow, so I'll have to keep my eye out for her because he was the only panda on the shelf. They aren't salt and pepper shakers, but they're just little figurines that went together. But for $1, I thought it was cute. And so I paid up a little for this. It says $1.99, but I think I paid $1 because I got it. I waited to get it for half off day at Goodwill. It was the only thing from Goodwill I picked up this week. And it is a vinyl action figure of a giant squid. Mind you, this is not that giant of a squid. And this is the pink variant. I think it originally came in like a light gray and silver tone for the original line, but it says limited edition for 1954, which indicates that this is not from 1954, but from the 1954 movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So it's supposed to represent that giant squid. And I love the detail on it in the fact that for this squid, they even bothered to paint his beak in. So, not selling that, keeping that. Take the beaks out. And this plaque I probably got at St. Vinny's. Yep, orange tag. $1. I have another one up that's kittens on there right now by Hallmark. This isn't by Hallmark though. This is by Paula's Cutes. And it's just a little plaque you hang on the wall, and this one is a squirrel staring at a little bird on the acorns. Again, told you it was Bird Week. And it says, happiness shared is happiness doubled. And I mean, it's not perfect. There's a little wear on the corner. But for $1, I figured I could list it even for $2, and it might bring happiness to someone. Now, this is my surprise for the day. I threw it in last second in the checkout line at St. Vinny's in Ishpeming. I think I paid $1, maybe 50 cents for it. And it is a Disneyland. So it came all the way from California instead of Florida. We're more likely to find Disney World in Michigan. Goofy patch. And it says Walt Disney Productions on the bottom. It's a little frayed, but it's still new in package. And I was looking up these, and some of them go for like ridiculous sums. I couldn't find the exact comparable for this, but I will probably attempt to sell it through my Etsy, and we'll see what I can get for it. I probably won't put a ridiculous amount. I just didn't want to see it ending up in the trash because I can't see Goofy going in the trash. So we will see what this goes for. I might research a bit more, but like the solds were anywhere from $10 to $55 for a patch and container, and I was like, I'm not quite sure where on the line Goofy is in that mess. Obviously, Mickey and Minnie make more, and minor characters make less, but he's probably somewhere in the middle. And then toy. Oh wait, I got some figures at Thriftish. Because it was like something like Make People Laugh Day, I picked up these little clowns. They were all together for $1. I'll try and sell them in my Etsy, probably for $5 plus shipping. They're just little fragile little things. Some clowns are either people love them or hate them, so it'll just depend. And they all have a polka dot theme outfit. And with toys, I actually threw these in at the Marquette St. Vinny's, and Rita paid for them because it was senior day. Got a few little action little figures. I do not know what show this hippo is from. It just says Disney on the bottom in Vietnam. But I liked the purple hippo. I think they're technically like 35 cents a piece plus your discount, minus the discount. And then this horse is from an anime. I believe his name is Domonon, or he's from that show and people call him Domo. Because I considered using him for when I did a horse alphabet for Jace. What did I end up with a D? Can't remember, but it wasn't him, I don't think. Oh, I know. I ended up with Donnie from Powerpuff Girls for the D in his horse alphabet, but thought he was cute and nice to keep around just for reference if I do another horse alphabet. And then this is, of course, Olaf. Now, I actually have this exact style figure in a large size, and my glasses actually rest on the carrot at night. He's my, for this pair of glasses, holder. This is a little smaller than that, but he's gonna look giant next to where I'm putting him because I have Sven the reindeer, Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff in little figures that I found. A few videos back, I found 2 Annas. And he's going to look really tall in there because he's about the same height as them, so he won't be in scale. But now I will have completed the family for In the Christmas Village. And then other toys. When I was getting these bird glasses, I was looking through the toys section, and I picked up this little bird, again, Bird Week. That's a hieroglyph representative, and I cannot remember the name of that hieroglyph for anything off the top of my head. But I figured, if nothing else, for what was probably a dime total, by the way my thing came out, it says on the bottom, Safari Limited Hieroglyph. Can't read it all. But made in China, and I figured if nothing else, I can use it as a charm because it has this little hook at the end for the Suncatcher ornaments I do. And then I got a few toy cars. This one, I just couldn't resist it because it was a weird shape and it had a clown on it. A crazy looking clown, but like it's like a snail shaped car, and it's I think it's actually a real Matchbox. I don't think it's an old Matchbox, but I thought that was funny. And then I got this orange and red truck. It feels like an older Hot Wheel. It's 1983, well, almost as old as me. It's like a little dump truck kind of thing. And then what I was excited to find is, because I found that big thing of toy cars before, was I found like a Hitch trailer system that looks like you'd put 2 bikes on it. 2 little motorcycles, because there's little grooves for the tires. So I thought that was a good find. And this is actually a Tootsie toy. So it's all metal thing. So, no, don't hit the glass. And the rest of what I found, I know this is going to be a long video, but I did the whole week, were beading supplies, where I don't want beads ending up in the trash. So these, I'm not going to take them all out, are orange, yellow, and black Halloween colored pony beads. Will not pass up those. This I grabbed because these make good sun catching things, and this is actually more beads that could hang at the end of an ornament than be beaded into it. So it ends up being a lot of charms I can use, which I'm running low on. So for 75 cents, that was good. And where do I put everything? Speaking of sun catchers, got a bunch of like window hook suction cup things for $1. Got these heavier glass beads that reflect light differently, have better quality of colors generally. Got these fun plastic ones. There's like cars and trains and planes in there. I got one doll with hands, so I might try and make an angel to make into a weeping angel. I have another one I think I found at the same store for $1 before. So that would be, I have 3 angels and 2 of these. So that's 5 angels I can make. And then the last thing I got was an ornament bead kit. which I looked it up. No one had anything comparable. I'm still going to make ornaments out of them, but they're going to be my ornament sun catchers. I'm not going to do the stars. I don't have patience for that. But it was pretty funny because all the colors are represented here, but really it's kit B, which includes 2 sets of ornament supplies for pearl gold and crystal gold ornaments. So there's white, gold, and clear beads to work with. And that was a whole quarter. So that's a lot of beads for not a lot of money. And the whole point of my crafting is that I don't want things to end up in the trash that don't need to. And the last thing I got, I can't even show you on the video because I went after work yesterday to my coworker's house, and literally my father and him put a whole bunch of tile and some other building supplies in the back of the car. The car's not too happy with me today. Wouldn't put cruise control on this morning. I don't think it liked doing the weight of the tile. And then Dad sorted it for an hour when we got home. So he's excited about it too. Got a lot of just plain white 4¼ by 4¼ tile that I use a lot for coasters, to make coasters out of. And then we got some pretty terracotta tiles, and there's some slate. We don't know what we're doing with them yet, but they're not ending up in the trash. But my dad is a builder, so they could be used in a project he gets hired to do, even and save a customer on supplies. You know, there was a lot of tile there, so I won't be mad if he uses it for a project too, and I don't use it for coasters. But just one less thing going in a landfill that doesn't need to be there. Which is a lot what I'm doing even with selling vintage items now, is I want them to find their new home. Um, so this is a little long. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully I'll have even this is a pretty good haul for a whole week, but hopefully I'll have a really good haul for next weekend rummage selling because I don't work next weekend, so I actually get to go to more than like 4. All right, bye.